Tonight's story on Planco Spotlights is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a Steam Workshop file, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to click subscribe, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this download travels directly to the Twilight Zone. Welcome, and I'm not Rod Serling, but your host tonight, SPRidley, and I'm with my amazing co-host, Jonty from Geekism.
Hi, hello, and you've even got a spooky door sound effect in the background there because my wife just walked in the room. That was fantastic. I love that.
We are in the spooky territory right now, in the Twilight Zone, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did some funny introduction. I hope it wasn't really that bad. I don't know. I just tried to do a Rod Serling impression, but just with a Spanish accent, I think. I hope it was not too bad.
Yeah, Spanish Rod Serling was good.
So today, of course, we have the Twilight Zone Tower Hotel made by Mr. BellCaptain. And what do you think about just seeing this, Jonty?
This is stunning. So you asked a few days ago if anyone in the Planco Spotlights group was a fan of this ride.
Yep.
Because you'd like somebody to come on with you. And I was like, I love the Terra, absolutely love it. Although I haven't ridden this version. This is based on the California one. I haven't ridden this, but I've ridden the one in Florida and the one in Paris as well. And I'm a huge fan of it. But I thought, and do you know what? I'm not going to look at this until we actually record, because I want to have a genuine sort of reaction. And it is stunning. I mean, it's so accurate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, I haven't, I've seen some recreations in Vancouver, but not many as good as this one. Like, you will see, because it's absolutely fantastic. I've been in the DCA version, so in this one, sadly defunct. And you've been to the Paris one, that it's the same, but without the beautiful Buena Vista Street theming with the Hollywood land and stuff. But it's actually the same ride.
Otherwise, it's the same, yeah. And then the Florida one has some of this kind of intro bit as you go in, the sort of like Art Deco streets as well, yeah. So, but yeah, this is so good, and also, like you say, really timely, because this no longer exists now. Well, it's there. They've just reskinned it, haven't they? It's Guardians of the Galaxy now, I think. Yeah.
With the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, I don't want to let this video become a rant about Disney parks and stuff, but normally I'm kind of okay with them like redoing things every now and again. You know, you need to keep things fresh, but the Terra is such a classic, and the ride skin they've done, the Guardians of the Galaxy, it just looks awful.
Yeah, it's super ugly.
It looks so stuck on.
I think one of the things that it was absolutely beautiful about the whole building itself is that it actually has a weenie for DCA, and that's the problem. By turning it into the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's just an awful weenie that looks like, I don't know, like a factory. I always call it a factory right now.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit, does it? So this is a really nice way of sort of keeping it going, because it's it's really, really well done. I mean, the foliage is fantastic. It's really great thick foliage.
Yep.
I just love it. Do you want to start walking us through it?
Yeah, of course. Also, I might say that Mr. BellCaptain actually didn't only did the tower itself, but he also made the whole Hollywood street. So coming from one of the streets of Buena Vista Street, like at the entrance of DCA, it's actually the same. Like, it's a perfect recreation. Like, you have the tram going through here, and the Fast Pass building, like even the Fast Pass building, man, it's absolutely stunning.
It's perfect, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really great use of some of the newer temple pieces, like to get that Art Deco style. But look at the work on the pillars. It's so good. And the archways, you know, it's so detailed. Really fantastic.
A lot of use of the art shapes, something that I absolutely love. Because people don't usually use it as buildings, they usually use it as sculpts and things. Because of the plasticky feel. I understand why, but sometimes Art Deco works really well. So that's
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, Art Deco, and famously very sort of, stylized and rigid and square and stuff. So that you can get away with it here. I'll say this now. We have got a couple of pointers that we're going to mention later on. This is going to be a bit of an oh my god so great episode though, because there's just so many good things in this.
Yeah, I can't say anything bad of it right now. I will say something like, oh, there could be this or that, but it's just, it's already too difficult to make this. And it's, like you said, and oh my god, this is an amazing episode. There's not going to be much like criticizing here. Because,
not really, no.
Wow.
This is this fountain's really nice. Now, does the actual fountain have water?
Yeah, I think.
Because I have a feeling it.
Yeah, I think it has.
I have a feeling the one in Florida doesn't. I think it's meant to look dried up.
Oh,
so
I actually don't remember now that you say it. I will say that yes, it had water, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, and the font is really nice there. I think I don't know whether it would fit, but I would have a look at Fog. Has a really nice small font that is just a little bit more detailed than that one, that may fit a little. It's such a small thing because that's what you've done there is really good. But have a look at Fog's fonts and you might find that his small one you could use there and it'd just give it a little bit of an extra sheen.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it's maybe bigger fonts, Fog's font, because sometimes it seems like it's really small and it's amazing. But maybe, just do it yourself. Try to get the Art Deco feeling. I understand. I usually don't use these pieces. For lettering, I use the, not the triangle, but the semicircle, put in some type of way so I can do the exact shape. Also the cone usually works out. Yeah. The cone is.
The cone, but the pyramid piece.
Yeah. Oh look, there's even...
Look at the pipes in the background.
Wow, there's even pipes. Wow, I didn't see that before when I was actually looking for things about this episode. But, and look at the gates, like he used the
gates. That's really nice. Yeah. That's really good.
Oh my god.
That's good. Those cable pieces, they are quite useful. They could be so much more useful if they didn't have little bits on them,
Yes.
But he's used a great, all the bits are together in a line, so it looks like it's part of the design. It looks like they're meant to be there.
And also, if it could be recolorable, it will be like.
Oh yeah, sure.
But this is not also an episode to criticize Pride Coaster, so let's take that out. And he actually. So there's no ride inside, okay? But he actually had like the cast members greeting people to the ride, like in the fast pass. The one is the fast pass version. I think is this one. The other one is the normal queue.
There's no reason why you couldn't put a ride in here. There's space.
Yeah.
If you wanted people to be walking through the queues and stuff, you could go and stick a flat ride in there. Obviously. The ride itself, the actual Tower of Terror ride, I can't think of a way you could do that, because it's a track ride and a drop tower in one, So I can't see that being recreatable really. But there's no reason why you couldn't stick a flat inside of here just to get people walking through the doors,
Yeah. And just look at this, because if I remember correctly, there was not many people when I came that year. So actually I went through the fast pass, and I think I went through this part of the queue with the fountain. But it's completely it's exactly the same. I can't look at the floor. Look at this floor.
Yeah, it's beautiful. What's that floor there? That's the big the checkered floor tiles. Is it just art pieces?
Yes, it's art pieces. There's art shapes.
Those there. Yes. It looks like there's even grout in them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because the texture of the art shape sometimes it's like a little bit grungy, so it's not like a complete perfect color, and it gives this type of color that.
Yeah, it really looks like terracotta almost.
Yeah, terracotta, and look at this drawing. Like it's easy. Like I know how he did it. It's not that difficult. The thing is, just try to recreate it and. It's just fantastic, and the whole art deco on the door. Look at this.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I'm doing in my main series at the moment. I'm doing a sort of Googie, which is a little bit later than Art Deco, but it takes a lot of influence from Art Deco, and I'm taking so much stuff away from here to ideas and things, like the little making the indent on that door, the indents, like the sort of negative space. It's so good.
And even the ceilings are recreated. Like, this is fantastic attention to detail, I think.
He said in the submission that he'd been working on this for 8 months.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. So this is a labor of love by Mr. BellCaptain, and he told us he actually worked on this like 8 months, and I can see it. I can completely understand.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's the attention to detail that's impressing me the most, because like I just wouldn't even think to do the ceiling there.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't even think to do that.
And it's on scale. Like, let's not forget this thing. It's on scale, and you know how difficult it's to make things in scale in Planco.
Yeah.
Look at this cattle pen queue. Like, I didn't see this when I was, because there was not enough people to open this part. But it's absolutely fantastic with the vines and the leaves.
Yeah, those creosote bushes on top as well. They look really good. I wouldn't have thought to use those.
Yeah.
Because there are like ivy pieces in the game, aren't there? But I think those work better because they seem a bit sort of fuller, a bit more. I don't know. They've got a bit more weight to them. Look at those windows, man.
He also used I think those are probably signs.
That's a sign, yeah, with some art pieces. But that's so good.
I don't see any I don't see any use of the spooky DLC or the Halloween DLC here. He made everything without it.
Yeah. So far, the only DLC stuff I've seen is a few of the adventure plants. I think maybe.
The adventure plants, you think?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe just because it's so full.
No. I
thought maybe a few of the adventure foliage. No, I don't think there is actually.
So, because we are not going to enter right now, we're going to see the facade of the building. And just look at this. Homemade. Everything is homemade. Look at the detail of the Art Deco.
Yeah, that was so good.
The dome is made. It's done by himself, like to have like the real size, because I think there's some cone pieces in the game and some spheres, and he could just even if it's not the exact size, he could have just like a sphere, half a sphere, but no, he wanted to do it exactly the same,
Yeah, it's so good, so well shaped.
More windows, and here is that like.
Here's the main piece. So, is there 3 towers on the ride?
There's 3 towers in the real ride,
yeah. So each of those run, and all of the lighting it's synced up to triggers, isn't it? So it looks like the photograph is flashing every now and again.
Look,
there's one going. Perfect.
Perfect. So yeah, like the attention to detail. I'm sorry. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but it's just incredible. Look at this sign. It's
so good, and how the W is flickering.
The W is flickering. The O doesn't have lights.
Yeah,
it's really, really well made. Like the right size. I don't know what to say. I don't know what's right.
I mean, Hollywood Tower is really good, but you've got a decent amount of size to work with there. So, but the and the hotel are also so well done and much smaller as well, but still so much detail in them.
Wow, I just am speechless right now.
Yeah,
even
that's
everything
going off.
The detailing of the like making this type of windows.
What is that? Oh, that's the train rail, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Wow. Yes. I'm sorry.
It is an oh my god so good episode, but I can't help it. There's something, there really is very little wrong with it.
Yep.
I think we were saying just before we started recording, we were saying about the interior.
Yes. Also, before we get inside, I have.
Yeah.
To,
go on. Sorry.
I have to add that actually the lights he used for the night, for like the purple and the blue, it's the real lights from the real building. So if you see a photo at night of the Tower of Terror, it's just this. Like he used the exact same colors.
Yeah, that could be a photograph.
That could be a photograph. That's the thing. That could be a photograph. You're completely right.
Yeah.
We can see the interior right now if you want.
Okay. And I'll tell you now, guys, this is the best bit. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, this is the best bit. Like, wow. Ta-da!
Wow, look at that. Again, an exact replica.
This is now is when the episode turns negative. This is completely rubbish, Mr. BellCaptain. This is absolutely. I'm sorry. No, we're just.
You really let yourself down.
we're just kidding. This.
Of course.
It was super hard. We understand how hard it was to make the exit, and how the walls work in Planet Coaster.
Mm-hmm.
That make super difficult to make interiors.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if you want to use this in your parks, you could, flat ride, track ride fits in here, so you'll get people walking in and out. At least, name the track ride Terror, and as far as the game's concerned, it'll look like they're riding it, But we were saying before, you could have a go at the lobby.
Yeah, actually, before that, I wanted to say this is a park file, but there's actually there's actually a pack with a lot of different downloads where you can build your own Tower of Terror in your park.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So I will put. Oh, sorry. I will put a description. I will put that in the download also in the description.
Okay, great.
But yeah, as we were saying, we could actually Mr. BellCaptain could actually take a stab into making the lobby. You think?
I think you could have a good go at it. You might not be able to get it sort of photorealistic size-wise, but you could have a pretty good go. You could box this whole area in here, and especially with some of the spooky DLC stuff, the couches and the fireplaces and things like that. You could have a really good go at getting a good-looking lobby. Does it need it? Of course not. Would it be a nice project to have a go at? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely, we know how difficult it is to this. And actually something that surprised me a lot, and we are just nearly ending this episode, I think, is he haven't used the trick castle windows as walls. And
Windows, hashtag windows as walls.
Yes, and it will have been really easy because he's using stucco walls all around the hotel.
Yeah.
So it's a really easy way to make some more stuff, and he could actually do the lobby because a lot of things are sticking in and things like that, like the 4-meter walls here.
Yeah.
They're sticking out from the walls, but you actually could not do this by using. There's 2 castle windows, a smaller one.
Yeah, there's a few castle windows that work really well for it.
And the other one, they have the same texture as the stucco walls, and they work amazingly well for recreations.
Yeah, but then, if he has no plans on making the interior, it doesn't really matter,
Yeah, we understand that. This took 8 months. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
There's real life for people outside Planet. Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. But yeah, I think that I'm going to exit the building, and I think I'm going to finish with some nice shots out from the outside.
Yeah.
While
it really is just excellent work. I mean, every day I see great stuff on Planet Coaster, but I don't think I've seen anything that has such an attention to detail, and not just as far as a recreation goes. Just the little things like the archways on the fast tag building, the decoration around the bottom of the columns and stuff. It's just little things that you wouldn't necessarily think of doing. He's gone and really, really, really paid attention to those smaller things, and it really shows, and it really is. It's oh my god, so great.
Absolutely, no, you're absolutely right, John T. So yeah, let's remind everyone that you can send your creations to Planco Spotlights, and I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video, as always. Also, of course, super huge thanks to Mr. BellCaptain for making such an amazing recreation. Like, this was amazing. As a really, like, my favorite ride ever is Tower of Terror, and I have to give you thanks because I haven't seen anything in the game as good as this. And of course, I'm going to leave links to his workshop, to his YouTube channel. Also, you can visit his YouTube channel, and also say that, as always, that we are creating these videos to make awareness of special effects, a charity devoted to providing fun and inclusion for people with disabilities. And yes, I think we're going to end the episode here. What do you think, Jonty?
I think it's fantastic. Like I say, it's the attention to detail that really gets this for me. I mean, I see great stuff in Planet Coaster every day, but the thing that really sticks out here is not just from a recreation point of view, just from a building point of view. The little details, the ceilings, the detail around the archways, it's the attention to detail really lifts this into like a higher category of stuff I've seen in the game before. Really, really great stuff.
Mm-hmm. So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, to give a thumbs up, because that always helps us and Special Effect. And I was your host today, SPRidley, and I was with the amazing Jonty.
Thank you.
And I think this is a goodbye to another episode of the Twilight Zone. Goodbye.
Bye now.